Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Automation. Today it's going to be really interesting because we're not going to be building a modern car. We're going to be building an old car, like 1950s is what I'm thinking. It's going to be challenging though because engines back then weren't very efficient. The technology that we'll have available to us will be very limited. We need to make the car as cheap as possible, because they didn't have a lot of money back then, but we also wanted to look really nice. We're going to try and do like the top model of that sort of type of car. Let's go back to 1950s, and then that'll limit, say like 1955, that'll limit the amount of bodies that we have to choose from. So we've got like the old Mini, we've got, I like this one, I think we'll probably go with this one. We've got convertibles, we've got like postman pat vans and stuff like that. But what you can also do is you can click this button here, which we haven't done so far, and that'll change it so you see all of the different variants that you have available. So like this one, you've got like the VW Bug sort of style looking thing, but you've also got like a van style one, a pickup style one, a convertible one. So you can sort of choose which one you want straight from the beginning. You've got more of a sports car looking one here. We've got a pickup one. I mean, the sports car one is nice. This is a sports car with a really long bonnet. You can see how long it is, 103 inches. Pickup style ones. Ooh, there's a lot to choose from. I think I like this one, though. I think a nice family car would work really well. Or this one. This one's a really nice body shape, too. That's very speedy looking. That's like a Jaguar, that is. That's like a big old original Jag. Should we do that one? No, let's do this one. I like this one. We're going to go with this one. That's a 4-door. That's a 2-door. That's an estate. Let's go with a 4-door. So we'll click that one and go into the chassis. Now, this is old. It needs to be cheap. Steel panels. A ladder chassis. Not the modern monocoque. And definitely not a space frame. I don't know why that's even in there. That shouldn't really be there, I don't think, in that year. But it's still a beta. So we're going to go with ladder. The chassis is going to be steel. Not galvanized steel. We're going with cheap. It's nice, but cheap. Engine placement, we only have longitudinal. They didn't have transverse engines back then, or at least not on this model. And the front suspension, we've only got double wishbone. For the back, double wishbone would be the elite of the elite. A coil will probably be what we go for, or maybe a trailing arm. I don't know. An axle leaf would be for like a pickup truck. We could go axle coil to make it nice and cheap. What's the difference with this? I mean, it's a little bit comfier, a little bit sportier. It's a lot more compact. I think we're going to go with cheap. I think we're going to go with an axle coil at the back and double wishbone at the front. Keep it nice cheap. I'm going to keep the sliders again at 0 today, though. I'm not going to be affecting those. We're going to go with the 4-door version. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, I like that. Okay, paint. I've got I made a 1950, I called it a 55 green look. Colours back then were very washed out. They weren't bright greens like Ford Focuses are now, and oranges and stuff. They were always very washed out colours, almost matte, and always light colours, light reds, light orangey sort of, you know, browns maybe, purples, and obviously this sort of family green. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to change, though, all the trim slots, so everything on the car that's a trim, to chrome. So we've got the windows chrome. We can do the bumpers. How do we do the bumpers? Bumpers. Chrome. Everything's chrome back then. 1955 was the year of chrome. Do we want to modify the shape at all? I mean, I sort of like how it is. We could bring the bumper out a little bit. Make a little bit more of a bumpery look on there. I like that. Maybe bring the front. What can we do with the front? What's it going to allow us to do? Oh, we can go up. Oh. Hang on, you've got to find the right spot that allows you to sort of click and drag. There we go. I mean, that's pretty cool, but a little bit too much for us. I think I want a flat front. A flat front, I think, is nicer than what we had. I think we've got enough room in the engine bay here. We could maybe... Can I move that forward? No, I can move the windscreen, though. What do we want? Like a little bit of an angle on it. Move that back. I don't like that. That looks ugly. I'm going to move that back so it looks like... sort of symmetrical down the middle. The front and back is how they were back then. Well, that's that one. What's this one? Oh, that's the door one. Have the doors about the same size, so it's easy for people to get into the back. Wheel arches. I don't think we need to flare these wheel... I don't think we need to flare those wheel arches at all. Back then, you couldn't really get that thick tyres on the vehicles. They were always very thin tyres, so there's no point flaring the arches. And do we need a big boot? Ooh, look at that. no. That would be great for boot space. But I think I want to have it nice and tucked in, nice and tight. Small, light, you know, the less footprint you have, the lighter the car's going to be, and maybe even more agile. We'll leave the wheels steel. I mean, that sounds about right. And to be honest, those wheels are probably the wheels of... Oh, or those. Those ones. Yes. Oh, I like that. That's definitely right for the era. So let's start with the headlights then. Obviously, chrome, chrome, chrome is going to be the subject of today. Chrome headlights on there. But we're going to want to have some indicators too. So I'm going to take the same lights, but I'm going to scale them down. Maybe not that small. I'm going to scale them down. Maybe put them directly underneath. And instead of them being white, make them orange. Dark orange, because they, you know, all the indicators are always very dark colours back then. That nicely in the middle. Okay, I like that. That's good. Tail lights. We're going to go around. We're going to find a nice round one. Maybe this one would work. Put those on the back. We're going to change the bottom half to red as well. So we get it all the same red. Good. And make this outside part chrome. Obviously, everything's chrome. There's brake lights. I think that's about the right size for us as well. Oh yeah, I like that. Now, why is there slightly different... Why is it slightly different on the bottom and the top? Oh, I see. That. That's better. Nope. That matches now a lot better. Okay, for the bottom ones, we're going to want to have this orange. So we'll grab orange, orange, and orange. Excellent. Scale that down. I think we'll have that to the left. And then we'll do it again. And we'll make these all white. 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 Or white. For the reverse. That's so cool. Up a little bit. It's just a little bit off center. Maybe bring these ones down to the middle there. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Hey. I already like how this is coming on. Indicator on the side. We'll go with a nice round one. Do you want to sort of up here or over here? I don't know if they even really had them back then. Maybe even at the front. Down the side here. No, I think I like it there. Have we got any chrome that we can do? Can we make that chrome around the outside? Doesn't look like it. No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll remove that. We'll get this one. Because I'm sure this one we can have a chrome outside on. Yeah, chrome. Chrome on the inside. A little bit bigger. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. So we've got indicators on the side there. I think that's big enough. I think that's bigger, isn't it? Yeah, that's better size. All right, perfect. Grill on the front. Now, oh, let's name it. YouTube old. And we'll just do standard, just so I have a name for it. Okay, perfect. For the grill, I really think something like this would work well. But as you can see, there's no mesh behind it. So we're going to do a little trick that I do every now and again. We're going to grab like this grill. Put that in. Get it at the size that we sort of want it to be. Tick. And then we're going to get this grill and we're going to place it over the top. Like that. Chrome. Chrome. Okay. Just try and modify it so we cover up the grill behind. Maybe even make that chrome and then that'll sort of blend into it. Yeah. Drop it down a little bit. Drop it out a little bit. Drop it in a little bit. Oh yeah. That's the perfect grill for that car, isn't it? Maybe it's a little bit too big though. Drop it in a little bit. Drop that one in a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's so perfect for an old style grill. I love it. It already looks like a car. I'm happy. We don't need any vents or anything like that. I think you're looking a little bit insane if you do that. And the same with bonnet scoops. I think that's a little bit too far. Lips, we don't need any lips on it either. Like spoilers and stuff wouldn't make sense. Fuel cap. This is like a racing fuel cap. Let's put it on this side. But let's put it up here. I reckon if we change that to chrome and change that to like a dark screw colour, I think that works quite well. We'll have it like right at the front there, like straight into the fuel tank. Door handles, there's only one that we can choose, a nice old style one. Plop them on, but chrome, obviously. Drag that one across there. Excellent. Now there's a trick that I can do with these old cars as well, using these door handles. If we take this door handle, right, and I rotate it up, You know, like how on old Jaguars and stuff, they had like a bonnet ornament? That's like the old bonnet ornament, isn't it? Imagine it's not a door, like try and envision that not a door handle, and that's just like a detail on the front of the car. I think that's going to work really well. Something like that. Because I've got a plan for something to go below it. Yeah. And we can do the same thing on the back as well. If we grab this, we make it chrome. But instead of having it point upwards, we just put these nicely in the middle. And it becomes like the door handle for the boot. Like the boot handle on there. Like a double one. And I think it's just a really nice design. I think it just adds that little bit more accent save. Bloop. Okay, mirrors. I'm not going to do a mirror on the door. We're going to go really old school. We're going to grab an old school looking mirror. A nice old round mirror. This one. Yeah, perfect. We're going to put it nicely down at the front. Obviously make it chrome and chrome. And we're not going to mirror it. We're going to have it only on the one side. Now that might sound really odd to us. That's how cars work. Cars only had one mirror on it. It was cheaper. It was cheaper to have only one than it was to have two. Obviously, you know, build twice as many cars with the same amount of mirrors. Excellent. Aerial. Did they have aerials back then? I mean, let's put an aerial on it. Like about there, wasn't it? Yeah, cool. So it does have a radio in this car. It's just like a really old AM radio or something like that. Number plate. Ooh. Can we fit that underneath there? And then chrome. Chrome. Ooh, I like. Oh, I like a lot. Okay, and on the back here. Chrome. Chrome. So much chrome. I like it. Be nice to have something here. I don't know what we're going to do yet there. But it's a little bit blank at the back there, isn't it? Don't you think? Bumper bars. We've already got bumpers on. I don't think we need bumper bars on there. Badge. Now, this is old school. We can't do the modern Z like we do on the other cars. You know, just the Z on the front. Back then it was a little bit different. So we're going to grab this. I'm going to extend that across. And what we're going to do is... now I really need a odd numbered word. I would write Z-O-N-O, you know, Zono for our name, but it's 4 letters and it's going to be really difficult to get it off center. Like if we had a centered one, that would be great. So what can we have? Zono C, Zono, the one and only car, Zono C. So we put the O in the middle and we touch it on that bottom one like it's been sort of written on it. Z-O-N. No, we need the N in the middle, don't we then? N in the middle, and the O there, and then the Z over here, tick, the O over there, Zono, and then C. Zono cars. Yeah, that's so good. Why is that? I don't want it to be yellow. There we go. Yeah, Zono car. That's so cool. That's why I moved that up a little bit so we could fit that in. And then on the back, obviously, we'll need the same thing. So we'll put a nice little bottom line in first. Extend that across. We can always make it small if we need to. And then N was in the middle. O. Another O. It's about the right size as well. A C. Up there. And a Z. To go there. So that would usually say like Ford or I don't know, you know what other cars were back then. What other cars were back then? Citroen, something like that. You know, the sort of old brands. That works really well though. I'm happy with that. What do we want now? What's next on the list? Wheels we're keeping the same. We've already done them. Exhausts. We're going to put the exhaust underneath the car here. I like how you can put exhausts out the side. That would be cool for like when we do a pickup truck. We are doing a pickup truck. I've got one planned, or an episode planned for. I haven't designed one yet though. I don't design the cars beforehand. That would be boring to do. Alright, and misc features. What else we got here? Be nice to have something on the back. Are we going to put a turbo on this car? No, we're not going to put a turbo, so there's no point in putting that on. I don't know. Little decals if you make like sports cars and stuff like that. We should have done that on the crazy car. We just didn't have enough time. Alright, no, I think that's pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into bumper bars. But we're going to make some nice chromy things to go on the car. So we're going to put this in the middle. Rotate that round. Try and get it straight if possible. It's about straight. There's no sort of snap to it, so we have to sort of guess. And then make it longer, 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 longer. Drag it down. Longer. Does it go longer? I don't want it to go behind the grill. That's what I'm trying to stop. Nope. There we go. And then maybe a little bit thinner. Just so it goes up the middle there. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. We need one on the side. I don't think it puts it on the... No, it doesn't put it on the other side by default. So you have to make sure you click mirror to mirror onto this side. Chrome. And make this one actually thicker. And have this along here. If we can get it... Oh, the rear bumper one is higher than the lower one, so we can't get it to sort of line up perfectly. But that's about right. That's all it's going to allow us to clip into. Up, down, about there. That's cool, right? Doesn't that add just so much more to the car? Like, we could have stopped where we were, but just adding that little line, I think, really helps the design. Anything else? I don't think there is anything else. I think that's where we're going to leave it. I think that's a great looking car for the era. Oh no, there is one more thing. If we go back to here, and we go in here, and I grab this one. Now, some of you guys might not like this, but I do. We'll put this behind. Extend that up. Mirror on both sides. You see, you just get the chrome come down on either side of the lights then. Oh, yeah. 100%, yeah. What a great final touch. Save. Let's move on to the engine. So, engine back then, we're going to go with an inline 4. And we're going to, or maybe an inline 3. We can make a tiny little engine. Let's go with an inline 4. Cast iron is all we have. Push rod would be the cheapest. So we'll go with push rod for now, but we might upgrade it. We might go... we should really stick with that. And overheads, cast iron head material as well. Because it's cheap. We could go with aluminium, but it's cheaper to go with the cast iron. Now, engines back then weren't as efficient as they are now, so they had to make them a lot bigger to be able to get any power out. I mean, 2 litre is actually about right. We might keep it at about 2 litres. Just a nice square engine by standard 1998cc or 2 litres. We can't go with like a little 1.4 or anything like that because I don't think they really had the power back then. So, we'll go with that. Cast iron, cast, all nice and cheap. Compression. I don't know if they had I don't know if in 1955 if they had higher compression or lower compression back then. I think it was probably lower compression actually. It's probably a lot lower to be fair because it probably would have been hard to get compression. I'm gonna go with 8.8. I don't know. This is that might be totally wrong. You know, scientifically. Our cam profile will leave the same. We have no variable valve timing, so we'll just leave that. We can't put a turbo on it, obviously. It's a carburetor instead of injection on these days. And we're going to go with a single barrel eco. And the reason why we're doing that is because it makes no difference to the cost. I know it's all zero here at the minute. It shouldn't be, though. But single barrel eco makes no real difference. Single carburetor would be nice. We might have to go with a twin, though, on a 2 litre. Standard intake. So that's what it looks like there. Twin would be like that. We might have to twin it. And obviously that's your sort of like carburetor style that we have on My Summer Car, isn't it? We're gonna go with the eco, so it's on the side. Single, standard. To be honest, performance might be better for us. We'll have to remember that. We might have to go with performance. Race would be silly. It'd be way too loud, but we'll keep the standard at the moment. We're gonna run on regular leaded. So this is actually gonna be horrible on emissions. I would be surprised if the emissions weren't 99999. Because it doesn't take into account the year. The stats don't take into account the year, so it knows that the game is capable of much better emissions. But because we're running on leaded fuel, which is terrible for the environment, it hates it. We probably want some decent fuel economy, so we're going to drop the fuel mixture down to relatively very lean. Leave that where it is, and the RPM limit back then wasn't very high. We're going to go to 5,000, maybe even 4,300 or something back then. We might be able to increase that a little bit. Exhausts, I mean, a log is terrible. We might go with short cast But we'll try and keep the log at the moment for cheapness. I've never shown you guys, if you know when we rev the car at the end and we hear what it sounds like, if you drop the graphs and you really rev it, the exhaust actually go red hot. I should really show. I don't think I'll be able to show you at this episode though, because I don't think this is going to create enough heat to make them go red. But yeah, it's a really cool animation that never used to be in the game. I don't know when they added it, but yeah, the exhaust can go red. I only noticed it the other day. We'll keep the exhaust diameter at 2 inches at the moment, but that might drop down. No cat back then. They didn't have catalytic converters, and we'll baffled it. Right, of course we're knocking. I would have been surprised if you weren't knocking back then. What does it say? Like normal, lower the compression or the ignition timing. We're going to drop the compression down. I was pretty right. Now, I would like, I have no idea what would be a good goal for horsepower back then. I absolutely have no idea. Yeah, emissions is 9999. I thought it would be. I literally have no idea. I'm going to bump that up a little bit, and then I'm going to drop down the ignition timing, which is just giving us like a bunch more power as well. Okay. Fuel economy back then wasn't great. I mean, I would like the car, maybe not the engine, but the car, to be able to do 20. That would be nice. Well, I could put that up as well, and then maybe bump that up. Oh, no, we can't. Okay, we'll ignore that then. We'll ignore that. Okay, single barrel, what would be the difference? We got a lot more power out of a single, but the fuel economy goes from 11, and that's 12. Yeah, that's not too much of a difference between that and the power that we get out of it. But a twin. See, twin really helps. Not only does it help on the fuel efficiency, it helps on the octane, it helps on the performance, it helps on the throttle smoothness. 11. That is like nothing. We got like no throttle response when we put our foot down. That's hilarious. And it gives us a lot more power as well. What's the difference in price? So the max power goes up to 90 horsepower. That's the maximum that this engine would be able to do with a twin. It weighs more. It costs twice as much though. I don't know. What would be a good goal? Like, is 60 horsepower a good goal for that kind of era? That has an extra mile an hour, an extra horsepower. Slide to how much more? It's the same material cost, it's the same production. Standard has a lot more noise reduction. So we actually go from 33.5 to 37, which is a lot louder. But it does help with airflow. Not that we need that though. We might leave that on standard then. The extra horsepower might not be worth it. Okay, let's try, yeah, shortcast it definitely once to be able to get that power out. And we might even drop it down to 1.75 for the exhaust. Little tighter exhaust, we'll be able to get more power. The exhaust was very important on cars back then. The exhaust really helped with power. Nowadays, it doesn't really matter how big exhaust you've got. I can now, oh, nope. I bumped up the compression a little bit. I probably won't change it too much more from there now, though. I mean, 74, that sounds pretty good. We're getting a better smoother rating, though, the lower that we go. But we want to really get that dot here as close to the end as possible. 75 horsepower. You know, that sounds pretty good. I mean, it's a nice... You're getting constant power all the way up the rev range. You're getting constant torque pretty much all the way up the rev range. And it just has to drop off at the end, which is understandable. We're running on regular instead of super. I mean, that can't be bad. Well, look at that. We're getting decent, more fuel economy for slightly... We only lost 1 horsepower doing that. We can get that back probably by... That's probably about right. There. Leave that where it is. Now if we change this. No, it definitely likes 1.75. I don't want to go any more than shortcuts. I don't want to go to tubular or anything like that, because then we're starting getting into silly money. We'll, I can't do that. I want to just put that up just by that little bit. There, before it starts knocking. I'd really like to get 75 horsepower. You know how you can get it? is by putting one onto a quality of something. Yeah. One onto the quality. That gives us the 75 horsepower. I'm happy. We're going to spend like a lot of money to do that. But it might be worth it. Okay. Let's hear what it sounds like. Sounds pretty good. There's no rumbling going on. Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. And the exhaust gets a little restricted by 0. That's probably really loud for you, sorry. By 0.2 it went to 0.98. I'm not bothered about that. Apart from that, we're like all good. I don't know. I don't know if that's like a horrible amount of power that we're creating. I don't know if it's like stupidly low or if it's way too high. I can't see it being way too high. I'm concerned that it might not be enough for this kind of era and that I've done something really wrong. But to me, 75 horsepower doesn't sound that bad out of a 1955's car. That's 2 litres. Nowadays, that would be horrendous out of a 2 litre. Can we get it hot enough to get the exhausts going? I don't know if it's even revving high enough. Doesn't look like it. Really cool looking engine though, isn't it? What's this do? Oh, you can see it all working? No way! I never knew you could do that. I never knew you could do that. Look at them exploding. You could take off individual parts. Interesting. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, name it. It's a inline 4 2-push rod. And the variant is a 2.0 litre 75 horsepower. I always name it in the same way. You guys can name it how you want. I just name it so I can understand it. Okay, next. Front wheel drive. So, no, it was probably rear wheel drive. All cars were rear wheel drive back then. Manual gearbox. 3-speed, because it's going to be cheaper. I would say, I would like to be able to do 70 miles an hour. Let's say 75 so we can actually like keep up with traffic on the dual carriageways and stuff like that and highways. 70 miles an hour is all we needed to do back then. Open differential, definitely nothing on there. Hard long life tyres was probably about right. 125 at the moment is the biggest wheels that we can put on it. Is it really? We need to go up tyre diameter in order to be able to get bigger wheels on. I mean, 150s would have been a crash. And that, my friends, is why you always save. It does crash. Now, I don't know, 150s might even be too thick for back then, but they look a lot better. I think it's probably going to help. We might have to set out the rims a little bit, though, just to make it look about a little bit better. You know, about there would be about right. I don't know, we'll have to see later on when we come to the graphs if we done it right then. Still, wheels are the only one that we have. Cheapest brakes we can possibly get, just the SLS on the front. We'll back that up, we'll bang that up. I don't think we need not much braking power. It's not going to be a powerful car, is it? We might have to upgrade it to a 2LS, I don't know. Leave that there. No under tray. We've got all the cooling that we need. I'll just bump it up a little bit because I always do. 5 seats, standard. We needed a radio because we've got an aerial on it, so we have to put it in. I don't know, for now I'll put standards 50s. No, I'll put advanced. Why not? Advanced 50s. Standard springs, twin tooth passive. Boom, we're done. We're ready to go. Are we bottoming out? We're not bottoming out. We're under the ponies and pony budget. That's exactly what we wanted. We wanted cheap budget cars, and that's what pony means, and it's even under pony budget. So it's only 70. We could definitely probably get that a little bit higher. I don't know. It's saying we can easily do some. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. What can we get to? 91.6? 91.6 miles an hour. I will take any day. 0 to 62 in 17.6 seconds. You know, that's actually pretty reasonable for a car back then. Oh, 16. I saw 16. 16.6. I'll take a 16.6. Yeah. Ooh. 16.5. I'll take a 16.5 gear ratio. 100%. That sounds amazing for a car like this. All right. Wheels. Is it better to put on? No, they like the hard life. They're cheaper to make. Do they like it if I go up and up, down and down? They like that. Actually, family sport jumped up because of that. What if I keep putting this? They don't like that. They like them as big as they can go. And then they like that. That's the best setup. Now, what's better here? So that's with nothing. 72. That's better. 72.7, 72.9, 73, 73.3. 6. Okay, so that wants it right out. And it doesn't like those. It doesn't like the back ones out. It liked them exactly where we had them, in fact. So what do the fronts look like? They look a little bit weird being out like that. I tell you what we'll do then. We'll just give a little bit of flair to the front arches. Just to cover up the tyres. There we go, look. Who thought we'd have tyre? That's what they want like though. Perfect. Back in here. Bring the graph backs up. Yeah, so that's perfect there. That's what we get there. Brakes. Brakes, the front, we're way underpowered, in fact. Way underpowered on both. We're going to have to go with 2 LS. We're still way underpowered. Proper underpowered. Even the back ones are. Are we going to have to make it racier, more uncomfortable? Like, we're still underpowered on the brakes. I'll tell you what we can do is we can probably send a little bit more brake bias to the... But it wants us more to the front. It liked it at 94.9. Yeah, it liked it there. And it likes us just to go crazy. Oh, 95.9 was the max. Oh, 96. Yeah, 96. Alright, we've got no brake fade. The rear wheels are now nicely just above. And the fronts are just enough to make it hold on. I'm pretty happy on how this is going at the moment, actually. I'm actually pretty ecstatic. That's fine. We don't need to worry about that one. Now, what do they like? Do they like 4 or 5 seats? They actually preferred... They all prefer 4 seats, apart from family. It drops down on the family. No, we're going with these two anyway. We're going with budget cars. Do they prefer a basic interior? No. Do they prefer a premium? They do. They prefer a premium interior. Do they prefer no radio? Why would they prefer no radio? They actually prefer that by a lot. They don't want a radio in it. Alright, well, so the aerial that we've got on the back there is just for show now. Fair enough. I'm happy with that. And they definitely like having advanced safety equipment. They actually like having slightly better suspension as well. Okay. Let's see if we can get this better. 88.9. Let's hold it there. Nope. Revert back. Why did they go down? It always does that. I don't understand. We're on 82.8 now for some reason. Something's changed. And I don't know what. Why did that jump up now? I have no idea. Ooh. Oh, they liked 16-inch wheels though. And now we've dropped down again to 70. What? Oh, it's because of that. Ah. 86.9. As opposed to 86.1. So I actually liked thinner wheels. But bigger rims. Why did it drop down so much? I don't understand. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it dropped down, but I can't do anything about that, can I? We can put bigger brakes on now, though. But it doesn't want them. Because the rim size is bigger. We can put bigger brakes on, but it doesn't like having bigger brakes. It liked it where we had it. But they now are... Ah, they are above now, though. Perfect. Did that change our top speed? 91.6, I think. It's actually quite sprightly. We'll leave that where it is. Still doesn't want a radio in it. That's a real shame that we lost. Was it 87 or was it higher than that? I can't remember. We're not bottoming out still. Can we drop it down? Does it like to be dropped down? It likes to go up. I saw a 0.8 around there. Does it look silly? No, it doesn't look silly. Sometimes if you go crazy with the ride height, it like wrecks it all. And then we'll just do a final little tune on some of these. Can't do anything with that. I'm watching the pony part in this top corner. I haven't looked too much at the graphs today. We'll have to go back and have a look at the graphs. It looks like we're pretty optimal. Go on, 88. It's not going to. 88. Good. Nope. 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 88. I'll go with 88 in the pony. It's definitely not the best that we could have done. In fact, it might be a good idea to go back to here. And now we can see it changing actually with the engine itself. So like it wants push rods. It doesn't want aluminium. It's just a cheaty way to do it, isn't it? See, it likes it cheap. You know, we had it pretty optimal. At the moment, we haven't done anything wrong that it doesn't like. Nope. See, it likes that as well. It likes that. It likes that. Oh, 81. 82, 83. Okay, so we lost the horsepower, but it got a little bit better. And it liked a little bit more revs. Alright, we'll go to 4,500 then, why not? Exhaust. Definitely likes it there. Definitely liked it there. Oh, and it likes a reverse. It likes one reverse flow. Okay. Let's do a final little tweak with some arrows then. It likes that on 0. It likes that on 1, which is what we had it on. Good. Oh, 87. 88. Okay, it likes a +2 on there. And then we'll just do the same here. Nope, that's good. That's fine. You just go 1 up, check it. And then go down. Oh, it likes down 1. It likes a -1 on there. See, this is like optimal tuning. Makes the episode go on a little bit, but it definitely helps the car. Okay, there we go. Boom, we're done. Drivability is 99.9 with a high sporty rating as well for the steering. The bump isn't too bad. The front wheels and the back wheels are a little bit out, but I'm not too worried about it. Top speed of 91.8 miles an hour. Can we change it? Nope, 91.8 is definitely optimal. 0 to 60 in 16.9 seconds. See how fast it goes around the track. Probably very slowly. You know, that's not bad. It has no power lower down the revs, but on the gear change... Pick up burp thing. On the gear changes, it works. 2 minutes dead. Very slow. It's 1955, though. Of course it's going to be. Quarter mile in 21.6 seconds. I mean, 91.8 miles an hour is quick. 20.4 miles per gallon, I think, is pretty good back then. I'd be happy with that. It'll cost you £630 a year to keep maintained. Maybe a little expensive, but fair enough. And I tell you what, I bet in the markets, it might even be better somewhere else. So at the moment, 88.9 is the highest. If we go here, 88.3, and if we go there, hey, it'll sell over here as well. They find it a bit of a sporty car. They say that this is a premium car. Isn't that weird that back here it's down as budget, but in this area it's down as premium, family sport, muscle car, convertible sport, budget. You know, they think it's a really good car over there. Over here they think it's like just a cheap budget car. But you know what? That's not too bad. And if we sold it at a loss, suddenly everyone wants to buy it. I tell you what, a whole car for 7,500. Not bad. Not too bad. I think if we were going to make it better, I think we would have to go with a different engine size and stuff. In fact, let's quickly do that. This might be a longer episode, but I'll tell you what we'll do. we'll just go to engine. And where is it? What one was it? It was inline 4-2 pushrod. This one. Let's just clone it. I want the cloned one. And oh, I can't. Ah. I want it to just. Well, you're gonna make it smaller. Like, let's make it a 1.6. Pretty square 1.6 litre. Okay, so it's 1.6 litre now. Save and close. And then we'll go over to the car. And we'll just very quickly... What are these? Oh, is that from when it bugged out? Look at that. It made like a bunch of different models. 17 and... very strange. If we just clone that. Edit it. We go to engine and we put in the cloned one. Edit. Now it doesn't prefer, obviously it drops the horsepower and stuff down. No, it didn't like it. It definitely liked the 2 litre version of the car. Definitely liked this one a lot more. Yeah, 88.9. 100%. Alright guys, well that's going to do it. Crash. Hold on, I'll take a picture. I did warn you guys that the game does crash. That's why you save often. Any alpha beta game is going to crash like this. Even modern day games crash. It doesn't bother me because I'm clever enough to save very, very often. But it is always disheartening if you lose any work. We don't know because we're smart. Let's go and take a picture. Photo scene. Now we're going to take it now in the canal. Wet canal. Right. So we get this down. Let it load up. What a lovely place this is. Stick that up, get rid of the fade. Get the bridge in the background. Oh, look at that for a shot. Okay, but we might be able to, I think, filter 9. It's like black and white. Lighter black and white. More of a sepia tone. I mean, that just looks cool, but is it going to work on a thumbnail? I mean, I'll take a pic. I'll take the photo of it there. And if it doesn't work, I will use... Oh, I do like that filter. I'll use that one. I'll take them both and I'll choose between the two. I love that with the bridge in the background though. Nice wet canal there. Awesome. Alright guys, we shall see you in the next episode.